And so here's that second, more complicated problem I was promising. We're going to do the exact same process as the last problem, but it's going to take a little bit more work. So first of all, I'm going to number these, and then I'm going to write the first two together off to the left, and the second two off to the right. So let me go ahead and do that. And now that I've done that, you can see I'm ready to go ahead and try to do vertical addition to get something to eliminate. If you look over on the left, nothing will eliminate right away because my variables are not opposites. So I need to pick a variable to make it an opposite. And it doesn't matter which variable I pick, but since last time it was a y that canceled, this time let's make z's cancel. Okay. So what that means is I'm going to need this top equation to turn into a positive 2z. So I'll do that by multiplying the top equation by a 2. So if I multiply these all by 2, I'll end up with 2x minus 4y plus 2z equals negative 8. And then I go ahead and bring the second equation down. So negative 4x plus y minus 2z equals 1. And then I go ahead and do my elimination by vertical addition here. And I get negative 2x minus 3y, and my z's cancel, equal negative 7. And that's my equation number 4. Okay, so now I'm going to look at the right hand side. I got one variable to cancel here on the left, and that was z. It has to be, again, the same variable over here that cancels. So I need the z's to cancel. Well, as you can see, it's not set up for that to happen because if I added, the z's would not cancel. So what that means is I need to multiply the bottom equation by a negative 2. It needs to be a negative 2 because I need the sign to turn into a positive 2z there. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that equation number 2 straight down. So I'm going to get negative 4x plus y minus 2z equals 1. That's still equation number 2. It didn't do anything. But now I'm going to distribute my negative 2 here. So that's going to give me negative 4x minus 4z plus 2z and then minus 20. Okay. Then you go ahead and do your vertical addition to eliminate the z's, and then you'll end up with negative 8x and then negative 3. I don't know why I wrote a z right there. That's a y. Sorry about that. Negative 3y and then equals negative 19. Okay? So now this is equation number 5. Now, we're supposed to stack our equation 4 and 5 on top of each other right here to further eliminate. So I'll put equation 4 here. And so that's negative 2x minus 3y equals negative 7. And my negative 8x minus 3y equals negative 19. Now what's going to happen is I don't have a variable that can eliminate yet. So I need to multiply one of these equations by a negative because I notice the y's are ready to cancel. I just need an opposite. So if we times this bottom equation by a negative and change all the signs, then they're ready to go and my y's cancel. Now I'm ready to solve for my x, which this is going to give me, this is a positive, so this gives me 6x equals positive 12. Which means that x, if I divide by 6, will give me 2. So as you can see, it's a lot more tedious work now because I had to multiply each one of my equations by something to make this happen. But it still comes down and result with one variable in the end. So now I start taking this variable and working my way back up further and further to find my other two equations. Okay. Well, let's start by going one level up here and plugging in my 2 here for x. So I'm going to get negative 2 times 2 minus 3y equals negative 7. So I'm looking for y right now. So this is going to give me negative 4. Okay, so I'm going to add 4 to the other side. Okay. That's going to give me negative 3y equals negative 3, which means that y equals positive 1. So now that I've got my x and my y values, I'm working towards my three variables, x, y, and z. So I've got 2 and 1, I need to figure out my z value by going all the way back up to the top and plugging into one of these formulas, either equation 1, 2, or 3. Okay, so I'm going to plug it in equation 1 because it's a little bit nicer than the other ones. So let's go ahead and plug it in. So here's equation 1 here on the left. So let's go ahead and plug it in. I got 2 minus 2 times 1 plus z equals negative 4. Okay? So now we go ahead and work it out. This is going to give me 2 minus 2, which should give me 0, plus z, which equals negative 4. Okay? So that's my solution for z. It's negative 4. And those are my 3 variables all solved for. 2, 1, and negative 4. So again, as a recap, what we do is we take our first 2 equations, stack them with first 2 equations there, eliminate 1 variable, take our second 2 equations, eliminate the same variable, take the resulting formula, the resulting equations, which are 4 and 5 here, bring them together, and eliminate the second variable here to get 1 variable alone. Once you get your 1 variable alone, then you start plugging it back up in to these equations that we've got along the way that only had that variable in one of the other ones to get that other variable. Once you have 2 variables, you go back up to the top and plug into one of them. I plugged into the first one, that's just because it was the nicest one, but you can plug it into any of the 3.